Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 20 of the Bagmen podcast. That's the first time you've seen that new intro. That's the first time Stock has seen that new intro.
It is. It's a nice one.
Oh, thanks. We've got a new macro pad that helps me edit a lot faster.
Is that little...
That's that little gold box that you saw, yeah. So welcome to episode 20, Stock. What happened in the last week? What do we got coming up? We got the rewind section.
This past week, I went home and took a lot of naps.
That sounds amazing right now, actually.
I wish I could tonight, but I can't.
No, the grind never stops.
Yeah, the big thing last week was basketball sectionals.
Yeah.
Covington lost.
Yes. Well, Carol Flora put on an exhibition in our sectional. I know you hate that.
No.
You don't like their drivers.
No.
Yeah.
Carroll County people are just horrible.
Yes.
Anyway,
Well.
now my whole focus is on baseball.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I
that's a
love
fun
baseball.
time. Baseball's the best,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
Yeah, we're invested in the Yankees right now.
No.
For Carlos.
Cubs. Go
Yeah,
Cubs.
oh, gross.
Amen. Cubs.
Gross.
Gotta love them.
Also, disclaimer, Stock's hate for the Carroll County people does not directly influence or, what is it?
It does not...
Reflect.
Reflect the views of this podcast. I mean, it kind of does since Stock is half of it, but, whatever. Anything else, Stock? We got a lot of stuff coming up, too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. My main focus on that is spring break.
Spring break, 8 days, 7 days? 7 days.
7 days now.
Yeah, hype.
Yep.
Yes.
7 days. We've got a lot of stuff going on school-wise as
Yes,
well. So
very much
we've
so.
got the, what's our next thing? The blood drive is Thursday, right?
Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The papers went out today.
Yes.
The highlighter yellow papers went out today. Starts at 8 o'clock. I think it goes till 1.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Anyone in the community is welcome to come give. It'll be at the middle school gym. We'd like for you to call and schedule an appointment with the high school office so Miss Davis knows she can fit you in. But if you just want to show up, they'll take you.
Yeah, and for reference, those older folks like myself, the middle school gym is the old gym. It's the one across the hall, one across from Pastor Bob's church as well. So a little directional navigation or landmark navigation, as it were. We've got some banquets coming up as well, Stock.
Yes.
We've got
also Wednesday. There is the WRC banquet.
Yeah.
And then Thursday is our honor banquet.
The honor banquet. I don't know if we're going to have the jackets or not, but yes, she made it, but thank you.
I've been looking all through the elementary.
Yes, she's over here. We'll bring her on to here in a second. We've got 2 special guests today. Thank you, SRO Sours, with your Any Way You Want It Journey. That's number 6 on the Greatest Hits album, if you're looking for it. Any Way You Want It, that's the way you get. I think they're playing locally, too, Journey. I think they're going to play in Champaign coming up.
Wow.
So hype on that. Yeah, if you didn't know, I don't know either. I thought I saw that somewhere. So Honor Banquet's coming up on Thursday. Dress pretty. I take pictures at that.
Yep.
I will be sitting at your table, Stock.
It will be.
For all of about 15 minutes, and then I have to go set up the camera. But that's always a great time.
I could be a roving reporter with a microphone.
Oh, I like it. You could be my roadie. You could help me set up and tear down.
Do I get to wear a shirt that says security across?
I don't see why you wouldn't wear that anyway. But a lot of stuff coming up. Even though sports are done for the winter season,
Yep.
we still got a lot of stuff going on and stuff we can honor our kids with and honor their achievements and accomplishments. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention before we toss to the guest, Stock?
No.
No. All right.
I don't think so.
Well, let's bring on our guests real quick. We've got 2 very special guests. We've got both elementary school guests.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've been blessed lately to have some elementary school
Yeah.
investment here, which
Been
is
fun.
awesome.
Across the street. We
Exactly.
Came clear across the street.
Oh man, they walked all the way across the street. So if you are an elementary school person and you want to be on the Bagman podcast, send us an email, send us a message, talk to Mrs. Snyder, who's going to be heading your way again.
That's right.
As soon as the podcast is done. But welcome to the podcast. We've got Mrs. Snyder and we've got Norah. Hey, Norah.
Yay, Nora.
Oh, now she's hiding.
Oh, she's hiding behind her microphone. For those of you detail-oriented viewers, oh, there she is. Her face popped out behind the microphone. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
It's nice to have the elementary investment. We had your principal on last week,
Yes.
and we saw that you were commenting along,
Sure.
which is awesome that we get some investment with the that group across the street.
I had no idea that there was so much technology over there now.
Oh, yeah, there
That's
is.
incredible.
You need to come over.
I do. I would like to go see it.
It would be fun.
Melanie says hi to both of you, actually. So let's see if we can get this refreshed. But we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's jump right into it. So we've got split categories. The first thing, the Snyder Pack. You wanted to give some shout outs.
Shout out to the Snyder Pack at the elementary school. Way to go, Snyder Pack.
The Snyder Pack. And this is your posse. This is
Yes,
your
my
gang that
posse,
follows
my
you.
gang.
Oh my goodness.
The elementary school.
You travel, do you snap when you walk?
Yes, we
and
do.
oh my goodness, it's like the Jets and the Sharks.
We travel together for safety.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Which hallway are
For
you in?
whose safety?
Oh, it's
Not everybody
it's
else.
different people from different hallways.
Okay.
We don't just keep along one.
I was just wondering if there's a turf war over
Oh.
there.
Oh my goodness, let's hope not.
Be.
Oh man, so
Amber
shout out to the
Thompson might
Snyder
be
Pack.
involved in the turf
no.
war.
Oh,
Wow, that's terrifying. So any specifics or just the pack in general?
Just the pack in general.
All right.
Everybody at the pack.
Everybody
Way to
at
go,
the
way to
pack.
go to elementary school.
Hey, everybody in the elementary school. It's nice to have you here. Grandparents' Day. You want to talk about Grandparents'
Yeah,
Day?
we have
So let's move right into that. So what does that entail? What does that
Grandparents'
mean?
Day is April the 17th, and it'll probably be about 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And I think there'll be an hour where there's like K to 2, and then an hour where there's 3 to 5. But grandparents get to come in, see the classroom, and then I think there's going to be like a scavenger hunt. Where they get to go
that'll
around
be
the school
fun.
and find certain things. And
Well,
wouldn't that
hopefully-
be fun, Norah?
Yeah.
Hopefully, like Ked, he's not scavenging for the kids.
Exactly. Well, we might give him a job to do.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Ketty.
Yes. Shout out
And
to Ked.
Carol, the one that takes care of Ketty.
Well, somebody's got to, right?
I'm telling you.
Holy moly. Did you say hi to Papal? Yeah. Oh, she's hiding. She's gone.
She's done.
So how long, do you know how long that's been a tradition at the elementary school? I kind of remember having a grandparents' day when I was there.
I bet you did. We've done it several different ways.
Yeah, this
We've
is
had
kind of
a-
new to me. So,
Yeah, we've had a big one where it's all together.
Yeah.
And then we've kind of cut it down into K to 2 and 3 to 5.
Okay.
Because some people have more than one grandkid.
and it's hard to get to everybody. Yeah, absolutely. When I was in there, I remember a lot of kids going to lunch with grandparents.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that
I
kind
think
of,
they can still do that.
Oh, okay.
We may have to call the office to check.
call the office, call the elementary school office.
Don't just come take them, but
So who are we asking for? Are we asking for Melanie? Or are we asking?
direct that to.
You didn't know you were going to get called out, did you? But if you have any questions,
Yep.
elementary school
Elementary
office is
school
always
office,
awesome.
yep.
They've,
And there'll
they've
be-
never let us down so far,
There'll be
Stock.
flyers
Never.
coming home, and there's a new. Remember the bulletins?
Oh,
New
yeah.
bulletins. Like
Oh.
a pamphlet style.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so parents be on the lookout
Who's
for that.
in charge of that?
Listen, I don't know.
It's not you.
It's not me.
Okay.
I think Mrs. Harmon still has something to do that in PTO, I think.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's
Very
a
cool.
new look. So,
Yeah, that's something we miss out on over here.
Can
Stock
I
is
ask a
PTO.
question about the elementary environment?
yeah.
Do papers get home to parents? Because in the high school, they don't always get home.
Check
For
your
the most
emails, get your
part-
papers. Yeah.
For the most part, when they're little, you have a keep it home and a return to school side, and it's pretty good.
Sure.
Once they get up in the uppers, it's kind of hit and miss.
Got to check that backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
That's
Yeah.
a hard thing.
That's one of the excuses up here in the high school is I didn't check my email and
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that to turn in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you've
Yeah.
experienced that as well,
Oh,
Stock.
yeah, definitely.
No.
So Grandparents' Day, what day did you say that was again,
That is
Mrs. Snyder?
April the 17th.
April the 17th. You guys got a lot of stuff going on over there in
We
the
do.
elementary.
We do. We have some stuff. Then we have the Fine Arts Fair.
Yeah.
April the 14th at
Holy
6.
moly.
They get to walk through, and she does a great job, Mrs. Fletcher. of
Oh, yeah,
gathering
yeah.
Things and hanging things. It's a good time. And then we have Annie the Musical. on
Annie the Musical.
Friday, May 19th. They just had auditions.
Oh, fun.
So
Oh, can we
exciting.
publicly announce roles yet, or is that still under
No, I think that's
keeps?
still hush hush.
Oh my goodness.
You know, we've got a redhead right here.
I know, right? Are you going to be Annie?
Oh
Did you try
my.
out for Annie?
Nora, can you sing?
Nora, did you try it for Annie? No.
She's gone unresponsive. So a lot of stuff going on in the elementary.
Definitely.
Last week we actually had kind of a refresher on all of the technological
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
What does that look like in day-to-day operations over at the elementary
Oh my
school?
gosh, there's a lot going on. I know
Yeah.
Mrs. Crawley has a lot to do with the arms and the 3D
Oh
printers.
yeah, we heard about that
and-
last week. Yeah.
So she was doing some 3D printing stuff today, I think, and there's a lot of cool stuff.
So we wanted to give a shout out to Carter, and this is a good segue to do so.
Yes, shout out to
So,
Carter Snyder.
Shout out to Carter. That's something that he probably would have loved when he was in elementary
Yes,
school.
exactly. That's why when last week you were talking,
Yeah.
I was like, those kids would be hating it when they know that we have all that.
Oh, seriously, I was hating it when I knew they had all that kind of stuff going
Well,
on.
you're welcome to come over.
Yeah, well, that'd be kind of the way to go. It looks like.
Yeah.
Well, that leads us into Stock's favorite section.
Well, no, can I ask Joe
Yeah,
a question
sure,
first?
absolutely. Go ahead, Stock.
How long have you been at the elementary?
That's wow.
A long time.
A long time.
Do we say that under our breath?
Well, probably. At least 24 years.
Okay. How much has
Probably more than that.
How much has the environment changed and the teaching techniques changed in that time?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a great question. Let's see, I was an aide for 4 years in Title I, and then I taught first grade for 5 years, and then I came back to Title I as the teacher, and it has changed a lot. It feels like the shift has been what used to be first grade is now like kindergartenish. Like everything is moving down, and it's so much more on kids. You guys see that up here
Yeah.
at this level,
Yeah.
I'm sure. We see that a lot over there, but teaching styles, there's so many different ways to do things, and you know, I'm a hands-on kind of person. I'm not a worksheet kind of person.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
like to get in there and like be sure they understand and they really get the knowledge. But
Yeah, absolutely.
there's so many different ways, and things have changed over the years. Technology,
Yeah.
crazy now.
Oh, yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Back then, the computer lab used to be the floppy disk, and somebody's job was
Oh,
to
yeah.
change the floppy disks and make sure that something was up and running.
Well, that's a sign. That's a sign of
Oregon
age.
Trail.
Now, were you talking like 3.5-inch floppy disk? Or are you talking 5 1/4?
5 1/4.
Oh my goodness, number
Will you
munchers.
put it
Here we
in?
come.
Yes, number munchers.
Odell Lake, Oregon Trail.
Got it. That's
All the
yeah.
classics, yeah.
That used to be the job of somebody to change those.
Holy
and now
moly.
they're all carrying around their Chromebooks now.
So, are you a big proponent of like project-based learning? That's kind of we do a lot of hands-on stuff
Yeah.
up here in the high school.
Yeah, I like project-based learning, definitely.
Stock, you've kind of taken a liking to that in some points as well.
I do. I'll tell you, I struggle with it because they always say you teach how you learned.
Oh yeah.
And I learned with pencil and paper, and that's just how I learn personally. And it's a struggle for me, I admit, to do hands-on things with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
That doesn't mean I don't try.
No,
well,
right.
yeah, exactly. You're a creative dude as well, so you kind of think of different ways to get to kids.
I was talking with another creative writing teacher last Friday.
yeah, let's hear about this. This was awesome.
She is amazing. She is a former Indiana State Teacher of the Year.
Awesome.
She was a finalist for National Teacher of the Year.
Wow.
She taught creative writing for, I think, 24, 25 years up at Harrison. She is now out of the classroom, but she works with, she's like, there's a word for it. I don't know what
Like
it
a
is.
liaison, maybe,
She's
or like a coach.
the teaching coach. If
Yeah,
anyone
yeah,
has
yeah.
Yeah.
any trouble, they always go to her. So I contacted Kirk Boo and I said, I'm struggling with my creative writing class. Is there anyone you can put me in contact with? He put me in contact with two ladies, two amazing ladies. And the last thing about this lady, Kathy Nimmer is her name. She's blind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. And just like with the first one, it was just a wealth of information just pouring out of her. The exact same thing, but totally different information.
Wow. That's awesome.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And one thing she said was, even, how did she say it? Whether it's perfect or flawed, you're giving them something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That,
That is
oh,
awesome.
That kind of correlates to a computer science theory. Done is better than perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, right? So get it done, get it in. You can worry about refining it later,
Yeah.
right? There's always time later on to refine code or refine programs, or your writing in this case.
Yeah.
What a cool resource.
Yeah.
And shout out to
That's a
Mr.
great
Boo.
resource. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
he's been
hooking you
great.
up
He knows
with that.
everybody.
That's awesome.
He does.
He knows everybody, and he'll stop and talk to everybody. Saw him at Prime Cut 41 the other day, and it was a great time being able to kind of share with him.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we got to stand around and talk, so always cool to see him. But you've got all kinds of stuff going on at the elementary.
We sure do.
We mentioned Annie, the musical coming up, and man, just a wealth of stuff coming up.
There is. There's a whole bunch.
A lot of positives, which leads us to the rants.
Oh, the
Stock.
rants,
Stock.
yes.
What do you have for rants?
It might be a re-rant. I don't know if I've ranted on this before.
Well, all rants are good rants.
She's resting.
Cheers.
She had a long day.
I was like,
In the morning, I will go to the cafeteria to get 2 chocolate muffins and 2 chocolate milks.
okay.
Yes.
There is a group of middle school kids, I mean a large group, considerable size group,
Oh, yes.
that stands right in the entranceway.
The middle school amoeba.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And initially, the first few times it happened, I would try to be nice to them. You know, this isn't the best place to stand. There are better places. Why don't you go over there? There are empty tables. Today, I'm sorry if this was you, but I just pushed my way through and I said, excuse me. Bam, 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 bam. I got my muffins.
Did you say you're between my muffins and milk? You got to get out of the way.
I'll use that tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to stand right there. That is not a place to be.
How clueless do you, maybe I shouldn't say this, I will though. How clueless do you have to be
That's my bad. That's,
not to realize that you're standing right in the way of traffic?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's going to happen when these kids start to drive? I mean, come
Stay
on.
off the sidewalk.
72 car pileup every day going to school. Let's hope not. But actually, that's one of the things that we've seen that's better this year, at least on the stairways and in the hallways, is kids can navigate a lot better right now.
Well, come on down in the morning to the cafeteria.
I have different clientele up in the upstairs, and we've had not as many kids fall up the stairs this year, which
That's
is
a
great.
problem?
well, we still have
It's a problem every year.
we still have 9 weeks left.
Yes,
They
except
fall
for
up
except for
the
Norah today,
stairs.
who fell up the stairs.
Oh, and she's hiding.
Oh, she's done.
I would too. If I were she.
You didn't ask her about her lunch either.
Oh yeah. Well, if she comes back,
Okay.
we'll tempt her with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Laura, I see
cheese
your
stick.
arm. I don't see your arm.
Kids have been a lot better. They don't fall up the stairs this
Okay.
year as much as in previous years. I haven't seen anybody fall down the stairs, which is great. And then in the hallways, we're staying on the right side. Maybe looking down at your cell phone screen is helping. Maybe that's just the natural order of navigation now, where you're looking down and you can kind of tell where you are geospatially.
Maybe it's telling you step
Maybe.
up, step up, step up. I don't know.
It's a representation of what you should be seeing, right?
What if they have a Google map to their next class?
That's hey, I would not be surprised at this point.
That is sad.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Do you guys run into any of those problems over at the elementary school? Do you have devices in the school, like cell phones, tablets that kids bring
Upper
in?
grades, they kind of, it's supposed to be in their book bag, so we don't see them near
Fourth,
like
fifth.
what you guys do, fourth and
yeah.
fifth
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
But we don't see them, at least I'm kind of down at the other end, but we
Yeah.
don't see them very often.
What's your device situation like, one-on-one? So
Everybody
in
has
your room,
Everybody, oh.
what's that look like?
In my room? Listen, this, like he said when he had the thing about hands-on, the tech thing is kind of, I'm trying, but I'm not like
Yeah.
quite that techy.
Well, I think we're all trying.
Yeah, they bring theirs to me. So it's Chromebooks. Everybody has their Chromebooks and they bring them to tier time.
Nice.
And so we have one-to-one most of the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
One-to-one's always kind of the way to
Yep.
go. Yeah.
Yep,
At what age do you
definitely.
usually see kids
Education.
getting cell phones?
They talk about it like in second grade.
Really?
I'm thinking,
Oh, holy
that's
moly.
crazy. But we're usually third, fourth and fifth definitely, but
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I can't imagine.
No.
Stock. I got my first cell phone when I graduated high school.
I was in my 30s.
Yeah. It was probably the same time. Right? So, do you remember your first cell phone?
It was the gray flip phone.
Oh,
Samsung flip phone.
Definitely.
The Samsung.
Yep.
Well, you were fancy.
Hey.
Wow.
Mine was a Motorola V120T, and it was a track phone. And the coolest selling point to mine was that you could make your own ringtones.
Oh, awesome.
So it had like a polyphonic ringtone maker
Yeah.
that if you knew the notes and you knew durations and stuff like that, you could make your own ringtone. Stock, guess what my first ringtone was? It's an easy one. I'm throwing you a softball here.
Goofy movie?
No, it should have been Eye to Eye.
Is it a Mario something?
It's and that was my
That
second.
would've been-
That was my
that would've
second.
been it.
That is a great guess, though. That was my second ringtone. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It is Star Wars related.
The awards
Oh no!
awards thing at the end
No,
of Star
not the
Wars?
ceremony. It was
Okay.
the Imperial March.
Imperial March. Okay.
Yep. Darth Vader's theme, as
Okay.
most people would know it. But
I have a Mario ringtone. On
You have
mine,
them
like,
currently?
right now. Yes.
hey, that's the way to do it.
Awesome.
We were actually looking at potential game development courses that we could look into.
Yeah.
Ooh,
One of the ones we looked into was you could develop your own Mario game. So
That'd be sick.
that was awesome and really cool potential. And I don't know if I can spoil this yet, but I want to put this out there. We're looking at very seriously a cybersecurity class next year. That would mean potentially getting rid of web design or whatever it's going to be called according to the state of Indiana. We never know what classes are going to be next year.
Yeah.
But looking at cybersecurity. So
That'd be pretty cool.
yes, we did a tour, as you guys know, of Indiana State and the criminology department down there. And that kind of pushed us in the direction that this is something we'd like to pursue. So if we can fit it in my schedule, which is what we're working on now, Mrs. Myers and Mrs. Carfault and I have already looked into that. We looked into that 7th hour today. Kind of moving things around and getting it into my schedule. But I think that's a really cool opportunity for our kids
Oh, I think so too. Definitely.
and something that we could look into as like something, a job field that we could push kids towards.
I've got a crazy idea.
Oh, you always have crazy ideas.
I like
Is
it.
this something, without giving up web design, is
Yeah.
this something you could team teach with John and Chris?
Potentially, and then it becomes like a time issue as well with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the small school problem where a lot of people
Yeah.
wear different hats.
Right,
And Mrs. Snyder, you know about that as well.
Yeah,
You're into a
lots
lot
of
of
hats.
stuff. Stock, you're into a lot of stuff.
lot.
Luckily, I like
You know?
hats.
Yes.
So we're okay.
And you look fabulous in them.
Oh, thank you.
But it's a small school problem where a lot of people, or a few people, are doing a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like moving things around to get them where people can actually,
Right.
teach what they want to teach what they need to teach.
Right.
So we'll see. Right now, it looks like we're going to be doing it. So
that's awesome.
Okay.
I'm excited for it. You guys should be
is
excited as
exciting.
well. So
I'm excited for you, Craig.
Exciting.
and I don't know what that looks like, but we're looking at curriculum options right now and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Could be amazing.
Will be amazing.
Will be amazing one way or the
Yes,
other,
it
right?
will be. You'll make it happen.
We can see Norah planted against the back door there. And she runs off. And she's gone. All right. Let me change my little title. Is there anything from the elementary you want to bring up before we move on to our speed round?
Well, I have a mini rant.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
The mini rant.
I just want to clarify something from last week.
Oh, yes.
Listen.
Is it from our podcast last week?
Nobody is strangling this mouse.
No, not the mouse. It's the cat.
Oh, the Pete. I brought the wrong one. Listen, I got this, and I was
love that.
That poor thing. We
Shout
need
out to
make
Stephanie.
sure.
She got me a copy of If You Give a Mouse, or If You Take a Mouse to School.
Oh, yes.
And shoot, what was the other one? Paddington. Paddington. Shout out. That's awesome.
Stephanie who?
Stephanie Sievert.
Oh, awesome. Good job,
So-
Stephanie Sievert.
Really cool.
So that was my
I'm
rant.
keeping them in
that
plastic.
You think that Pete the cat's being strangled.
It looks like he's being strangled.
We're just going to have to
oh
get
my
you one.
gosh.
I'm going to McDonald's and we're requesting one just for you.
I wonder if they have them. Do you think they ship them in like bulk?
I don't know.
Where you get one book at a time? Doc, do you know this answer?
Let's ask Kelly Yang.
Maybe she'll bring
Well, you have historical knowledge
do,
of
yes.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, they do get, when you have a Happy Meal promotion going on,
Yeah.
and there are several different toys available at different weeks, they tend to be shipped about 3 or 4 days before the week that they start. So you typically don't get all of them all at once.
Okay, so here's a question. What do you do with the stuff that doesn't sell or doesn't go?
When you
Landfill?
if you run out of something, you go on to the next one, or you use up what you have.
How often does it happen that you don't run out of things? So like you have extra If You Give a Mouse a Cookie books. Do you donate them to the elementary school? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Or the Mario toys. Remember the Mario toys were just there.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
true.
We need to
honestly-
find these things out.
King Boo. Yes.
I honestly don't know what we did with leftover.
I would
Happy Meal
imagine you
toys.
probably don't have a lot of that
No.
happening.
No.
Yeah.
I just always know that when it was a new promotion, there they were.
They magically show up on the trucks. Oh, that's kind of the way you do it.
But I do have a question from something Michelle
yeah.
said last week.
Yes.
Yep.
She mentioned that during lunch, the lunchroom is very, very noisy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
It
true?
is. Yes, it does get kind of noisy, and we want them to have time to socialize.
Yeah.
But we also can't let it go to a point where, my whole thing is if you need to eat and then you can talk or talk as much as you eat, just,
Yeah.
But I think we're talking about, I don't know if I should put this out there. She's talking about some of those baffles
Yeah,
or something.
sound
to
treatment.
Go to
Yeah, we talked about it last
sound
week. Yep.
treatment to go because it really is necessary. It's such a big room. A long time ago, way back when, yesteryear.
Oh, my goodness.
We had these.
History lesson.
Well, when I was younger, we had like traffic lights that would light up when it got to be a certain level.
Who mentioned that? Somebody mentioned
Yeah.
that to us.
Seriously.
Where it was red,
There
yellow,
was
and green.
three,
Yes.
yeah, and they would turn on. If
Oh
you-
my goodness,
I still
who was
have
that?
them in my closet.
That's a brilliant idea.
So they're still in my closet, but
Somebody
out.
mentioned that this last week, and I can't
Pull
remember
those
who it
out.
was.
Okay,
I want to
I
give a
will.
shout out to whoever it was.
now the only problem is that room's so big that they went off all the time. They'd be like, "Bark." So it was like, well,
Oh,
that didn't
I'd
work.
imagine so.
So we like to let them socialize because they need to have some time
Yeah.
to talk
Yeah,
to
yeah.
each other. But we also we have to get done so we can get on to our other things.
Yeah.
It's a-
Unfortunately, there's that
It's a
schoolwork
balance.
that gets in the way.
I know.
Oh,
After all that stuff to
gross.
do.
Forget that. But yeah. Let's see. Do I even remember my lunchtime stock? What that looked like? it's completely different than it is now because you guys sit by grades.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you kind of do it that way, and you dismiss at different times as well.
Yes. And
So there's only-
we don't have enough room for everybody to be in there at the same time. So usually there's 2 grade levels at the same time. Usually they sit by class, but then you can sit wherever you want within your class.
That's one of those
out of trouble.
perspective things. When I was in elementary school, that room seemed gigantic. It really did. But now that I go back during like the what do you call that? The bazaar,
Yeah.
the craft bazaar, I feel like a giant. And I remember there being so many tables and so many spots, and it's not nearly as big as I remember.
That's funny. Carter walked
way
in with
bigger.
me the other day
Yeah.
through the lunchroom, and he said, "This looked bigger when I
It
was there." I
does.
said, "I know. It seems smaller now, doesn't it?"
And maybe the mural helps a little bit. There is a mural on that
there
back
is a
wall.
mural, yes. Mm-hmm.
So maybe that helps with the size. But man, I remember it being gigantic. It was like, as I likened it to walking into the gym. I felt like it was so big, cavernous. And even the gym seems small now. Maybe I'm just way larger, but the gym seems smaller. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on over there. I got lost the last time I was over there. So that's cool. I was told it's just a giant square. Just keep walking.
Now that's fun to watch people who are lost.
How often does it happen?
It happens more than what you
I'm
think.
not the only one, Stock.
You're not the only one.
But we went to the culture meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was somehow delegated the role of the leader to the culture meeting, which is a terrible idea. We got there eventually. Getting out was a different story. But we did get there. We got a Happy Meal update here.
okay.
You can buy multiple Happy Meal toys if you ask them.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming
How much?
Availability. Also, thanks, Stephanie. That's awesome.
telling you.
I'm assuming you just buy multiple Happy Meals,
And then you.
and then you're kind of on your own, maybe
guess. You hope
on
you
what you
get the
want to.
different ones.
As long as they're in stock, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
If they have them, they just ask and they should give them to you.
There's no corporate policy that says you're supposed to give this one at this time.
This is an owner-operated store, so they might have different rules.
Oh, yeah, I completely forget about that.
Yeah.
When they had the whatever Happy Cactus Bunch kind of toys, it was hard to find all of the toys. I don't remember what it was called. Someone correct me.
Well, thanks
I'm
to
sure
Ty.
They will. Somebody will tell
Yes,
you.
I hope. I love the chat so they can
Yeah, definitely.
make me not sound like an idiot for a
I
couple
want to know
minutes.
how much the toys are in case I want extra.
I'm assuming you just buy another Happy Meal.
Okay.
That's the assumption, right?
I guess, yeah, you
Where you
could-
can just get the toy you want.
I don't know.
Hey, how cool is it they're giving books though?
I know that is
It is.
really
I do love
cool.
that. I love that a
Very
lot.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And they're really nice books.
Yeah, and it's better
Really
than
good quality.
a piece of plastic that's going to end up in my couch cushions.
And thanks to
Exactly.
Ty, I have all 3 Halloween buckets.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
the
shout out to
Halloween
Ty.
buckets.
Way to go, Ty.
Yep.
Love the Halloween.
And that's a seasonal exclusive. So you
is.
got the 2022 model.
Yep.
Ooh.
And we're looking to upgrade. They were different sizes, if I remember right. Were they smaller?
They were much bigger when I was working at McDonald's.
Now, is this a perspective thing like I was talking about
No.
the cafeteria? Maybe. It just looks bigger.
Because I was 20 years old, and so I was pretty much this size, just a little slimmer.
Yeah. So we just,
They were much bigger.
No, what?
yeah. It can't fit 3 giant size candy bars anymore. Oh, my goodness. So, I can just ask what they all had and purchased extra books. No extra Happy Meal needed.
Oh, so that's awesome. So you're
Hey.
just going to get the books?
Hey, guys. You learn all kinds of cool hacks on the Bagman podcast, episode 20.
I'm going to McDonald's after this.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
getting you a Pete the Cat book.
Pete, where it looks like he's getting strangled.
He's not.
I
Bring that.
You can say that all you want. Oh my goodness. Are we ready for the speed round, Stock? Do you have anything else you want to add before we get to the speed round?
Just a reminder, if you want to give blood on Wednesday, call the high school office or show up.
Absolutely. And I there's still a bunch of slots left to be filled, correct?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a current
Elementaries.
number.
Elementary people can come over?
Oh, yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Well, I'll give a shout out to the
Well,
elementary
I
blood
mean,
drive. Come
the
on.
assumption is free cookie and orange juice
Yeah.
at the
Yes.
worst,
Let's go.
right? And
No book, but hey,
And then if
free
you pass out, some time off.
Yeah.
So
So tell Carrie to come.
I'll walk carryover.
yes, and big reminder for that. You don't have to be in the school or a student in order to do that. As Stock said earlier,
Awesome.
if you're a community member and you want to give, I think the thing said on the screen, shout out to Stephanie Hohenstein, she runs the screens, it said 5% of people that are able to give blood annually.
Wow.
So it's
not
a
much.
pretty small number.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not an insignificant thing to do. So if you're able to, make sure you give a call to the high school office. Anna or Jen, they can take your call. They're both fantastic at delegating that kind of stuff. And let Miss Davis know and come on in and give.
And all blood types are
Yes.
needed. Some blood
yeah.
types are more needed than others.
others.
Like I'm O positive. That means I can give to everyone, but I have to get only O positive.
Brag. Is that a brag?
Not a brag, but they like my blood.
I have no idea what
You
my
get
blood
extra
type
cookies
is.
and stuff for that?
I take extra cookies.
He gets extra cookies and a pat on the head,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, good boy for the O positive. So is that a universal? I thought that was O negative. Which one's universal?
O negative means you can give and get
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea on this. I should have listened to the phlebotomist when they came in.
You are a wealth of knowledge.
He is a wealth of knowledge. Look at that. He's well versed in everything. You need a top hat. Pull a rabbit out of it or
I
something.
almost bought a top hat over in Francis.
Well, you should have. You need it.
How do you cram that thing into a suitcase?
Well, if it's a magical top hat, you don't have
You
to.
wear
just
it on the
folds
plane.
just
You
wear it
just
on the
wear it on the plane.
Exactly. You don't have to worry
You
about
might get
that.
seated first and things.
Oh,
like,
fancy.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
They
Move me up to first class.
abracadabra, Holmes.
Might do it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Also, a reminder, yearbooks are for sale. The end date is less than a month away for sales. If you want a yearbook, go to yearbookforever.com. Make sure you're looking at Covington Community High School in Indiana. Mr. Carfault has also updated the link on the school's website. So if you go to covington.k12.in.us, covington.k12.in.us, you go to the high school part, and there is a link on there that will take you directly to the ordering page now. $50 a yearbook. Our kids are doing a fantastic job stock. You have no idea what it's like to have kids that already have spreads done. It's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool. And I'll pull that up, Stock. You want to talk about them?
Okay.
I'll pull it up and see what the poll is at right now.
I just want to say every yearbook that you've done, well, your kids have done, has been amazing.
Oh, thanks.
They always do a great job.
Yeah, this year is going to be cool. It's vintage is our theme. So I'm thinking about putting myself on the cover. No, our cover's already submitted.
You're not vintage yet.
I'm pretty dang close.
It'll be Davis on the cover.
Well,
Davis on the cover. It should be every year, right?
Yeah.
that's right.
But we've already got some spreads done. How cool is that?
I mean, you're excited about that.
I'm so excited about that. The more we get done now, the less I have to do in July.
Yes.
The less stress.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Smalt says, much love to you, lady.
Oh,
Yes.
Mrs. Smaltz.
Yes.
She started at the elementary. Did you know that?
Oh,
I did.
She
Stock,
did.
you did.
Yep.
Oh my
did.
goodness. Elementary connections.
Exactly. They're everywhere.
Holy moly. I'd say so. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick,
Okay.
Stock.
Right now, Craig is finding something. Last week, we mentioned that if anyone would like a T-shirt just to get in contact with us, he created a poll survey.
Yes.
What would you call it?
Excellent.
I think either one of those would work, actually. Yeah.
I'll say a survey to see what color shirts are most requested and all of that. So he's going to link that.
Yeah, it's on last week's video.
Okay, it's on last
It'll
week's
be on
video.
this week's video as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't get to it right now because it's logging me into the CHS 247 one.
Okay.
But I'll throw it up on the description for this one as well. Let us know what colored background you would want. If you want shirts, then it's bagman@chs247.com. Jenny has already spoken for the 2X.
Oh, I didn't make it over here in
Orange,
time
you didn't make it over here in
tonight.
time.
Oh, man.
So that one is gone now as soon as I can get it to her. But we will have more T-shirts available here in the near future. If you want one, email us, slip us a note, something. It doesn't matter. As long as Stock or I hear about
That's
it,
a hot
we'll
commodity.
get you.
You can slip me a Mickey.
Oh, man. Hey,
get
Mickey,
an
you're so
extra
fine. You're so fine. Oh, man. But yeah, so a lot of cool stuff going on. T-shirts, yeah, just email us. Yearbooks. If you don't go to that yearbook forever or you don't go to the website, you can pick up a paper form if that you're more comfortable with a paper form. They're always on my door or they're always in the high school office. So pick one up, fill it out, bring your money in. Checks made payable to CHS Yearbook. We do have old yearbooks available as well. If they're within the past 5 years, they're $50 a piece. Anything other than that, let's make a deal.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. So that takes us to the speed round.
Is it time?
Stock, you're kind of the guy in charge of the speed round now.
Okay.
So
Hang on a minute. I needed one more thing. One
Yes.
more shout
Oh,
out.
yeah.
A mini shout out.
Mini shout
I
out.
broke my ear again.
We, Norah, he broke his ear.
She's hanging out with Carter.
Oh, it's she, Mother Carter. Bingo.
Oh, yeah.
bingo.
Seniors
yes,
play
yes.
bingo every Wednesday after lunch.
Yes.
And I'm over here on my lunch hour, and I get to call bingo numbers, and it is so fabulous.
How cool is that?
I get to see those kids, I don't get to see them when they cross the street very much.
Do you
so I
use
come
the
over and call
old,
the bingo numbers. So seniors, come play bingo.
Do you
we
use
want
the
to see
old,
how many.
Caffeinians bingo calls?
little
Do you
wheel-
use like before you win?
I need a good list of those.
Yes.
Before and after.
Yes.
But I need a good list of those to use.
Okay, we'll
Like,
find them.
One day it was $20 cash.
Oh my
was the
goodness.
prize. So
Heck yes.
We're serious, but this week and
So
next
can
week,
Stock and I play?
Yeah.
No, you always went down at the park.
Oh yeah, quarter bingo.
So
Gotta
we
love
want
it.
those seniors to come. I want to see how many seniors we can get to play bingo.
And that's in
Okay.
the Commons right outside
Yes,
the
in
office.
Commons, right outside the office
Okay.
after lunch on Wednesday.
You guys-
Speak of the devil. There she is. Go ahead, Stock.
Who are you writing me a note? This just in.
Oh, this just.
Okay, it's to you.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yes, Stock.
Jody, let me ask you.
Yes.
Do you elementary teachers know that you're welcome at graduation?
Yes, we
Ooh,
do.
that's-
yes,
yeah.
we do. We
Okay.
get a
Thank you, ma'am.
thing telling us that.
Yeah.
Yes, we feel that
Yeah,
way.
we would love to have you over here.
Oh, I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, when you come across, I came over and I started hugging middle schoolers and high schoolers. And Mrs.
Just kids you
Carfall
didn't
just
know.
looked at me and said, and I said, oh, but I just missed them. I mean,
Right?
Right.
Yeah, well, you kind of lose touch if you don't stay in.
And then they're much taller. And
Oh my goodness, yes. And that's one of the things that Stock and I talk about is
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of like cross-building promotions. I don't know how you would
Right,
put that.
right.
Yeah.
But unless it's like an all-call superintendent
Yes.
type meeting,
Then we don't have
we
one.
don't see you guys.
I think we should have a mixer.
Oh, yes.
We all get together and we do
like
like a
it.
trivia night as one
Oh,
big
that'd be
staff.
fun.
Wouldn't that be
That'd
fun?
be a blast. Can we do a murder mystery? I just bought a murder
Can
mystery.
we do it? Let's do it.
So I just bought a cookout murder mystery.
Let's do it. It's
Yes.
cookout murder mystery.
Yes, get your team, 6 to 8 people.
Oh, I got it.
And then
The
we can-
Snyder pack.
Snyder Pack. Shout out hashtag Snyder Pack. Everybody in the
Exactly.
comments.
Bagman pack.
I don't think that's going to catch on as well, Stock. Something tells me that that's not going to go
We
well.
can try. We'll try.
I love it.
Bagman Pack. I like
she's
it.
back.
Wait, I
Oh
love the
man,
notes.
we've got all kinds of notes.
job on the notes. What
This,
did they say? What did she
this, this
say?
just in. Holy moly! Oh, it's
Take
to
me to McDonald's? Is that what it says?
I'm sure it does. Yes, yes, exactly what it says.
That means she wants to read.
Speed round, Stock.
Speed round. Jody, how did you get to Covington?
I was born and raised here.
Okay.
And I will tell you a little fun fact for you.
Okay.
My mom used to bring me in the summers because I was in 4-H. She would drop me off with Miss Davis in the summer
Oh,
days.
my.
And I would spend all day and bring my lunch and learn how to sew.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
I went through elementary here, high school.
Lifelong skill too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
So
there you
yeah,
go.
that's how I came
Where'd you go
here.
to college?
Indiana State,
Okay.
Sycamore.
Hype.
Yes.
Be
that's right.
proud to be a tree.
Proud. Proud
Get you,
to.
Stock.
Well, okay. I'll give you that one.
All
That's
right.
Okay.
What does Trojan pride mean to you?
Trojan Pride means more than just the school. Like it's the community. It's the fellowship. It's the coming together of people who want to be in the community and want to make our community a great place. And of course, make our schools a great place,
Yeah.
a fun place to be with a lot of fun activities.
Yeah, hype.
Hype,
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to bring the hype.
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What song describes you?
Listen,
Yes.
don't worry, be happy. Right?
Was that Bobby McFerrin?
That's Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah. Nice. I used to have a
right.
shirt that said "Don't worry about it." It was in puff paint.
Oh, now you.
Stock. Do you remember puff paint?
Vintage.
I do,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Vintage. It was all down the front. It was fantastic. I
No,
need to
that's
find
the
that.
cover of the yearbook.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine? That'd be so good.
That would be sweet. But no,
So
that's
good.
what I used to. Blake, the oldest one,
Yeah.
wouldn't like calm down until you play that song. It's got some
Oh.
good words in it. You
Here's a
know,
little
about
song
being
I wrote.
happy. Yeah,
That's right.
I want to sing it. Note
Note
for
for
note.
note. Don't worry.
I saw Blake last week.
Did you?
Yeah, we had a nice chat.
Oh, nice.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Glad you got to see
Fantastic.
him.
The most contentious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, and where are your pants?
And there is a right answer.
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, pants on. Yes.
That's the wrong answer.
Maybe to you, but I think the other two in the room are like okay with it.
Yeah.
You need to be polite to the guest.
That is polite. It's polite. It's polite to correct people when they're wrong, Stock. When they're,
Make your dad proud. He said to give me trouble.
when they're
so
that
see?
wildly wrong.
Listen.
Yes, exactly.
Listen.
That seems to be the consensus.
Yeah.
We've had a few that are on my path.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the consensus.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Were you an elementary teacher when you were in elementary?
Hey, watch it. Well,
Stock, this tells me you
what
haven't
year
done the
were you
math
in
on
the
when I
elementary?
No,
graduated.
Let's see.
I know you graduated 2000.
2000.
Oh, my goodness.
23 years ago.
Okay.
So she was, and you would have
say-
just started in
Yeah.
elementary when
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, okay.
Probably,
So
I was
no.
probably there.
That's pretty close to your time, Stock.
Yeah, I came in 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I started in 94 and then became classroom teacher probably 98. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
I've been here a while.
Okay.
That's crazy.
On the list, that list of
Yeah.
years experience, I'm
Yeah.
really going up there. It's
You're-
Mrs. Everett and I
Me
over
too.
at the elementary. We're the
Oh,
two,
yeah. I saw
we're the
that.
vintage.
You know, you look at those lists, and I had forgotten that Mrs. Everett's still here. Shout out to Mrs. Everett. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Shout out to Mrs. Everett.
Yes, absolutely.
We were called the OGs of the elementary.
I
like
never
we want
had her in
shirts or
class,
something.
yeah.
But
Oh, you need shirts.
the original.
Do they give people rocking chairs anymore?
Oh, now watch.
my gosh. We'll make an exception.
Hey, that's a badge of honor.
Yes, it is.
To be here that long
Yeah.
and still positive and here for the kids and all that kind of stuff.
I hope so. But the coolest thing was
Yeah.
I got to, cool and a little scary at first, I got to teach with people that taught me. Like my
Oh, it's
first year was like
terrifying,
Mr.
right?
Marion and Mr. Shumper and all
Oh,
of them
my
that were
goodness.
there when I was
Yeah.
there. I was like, oh man.
That's fantastic.
And I
though.
couldn't call them by their first name. It had to be like. what
I
you
will
call
never
them
call
when you're-
Mr. Field by his first name.
No, I can't
Nor Miss
either.
Davis. No.
He was my tennis coach.
Oh, so you'll
We were on the
you'll
first
really never
girls'
be able
tennis
to.
team was started. Mrs. Carfault and I, we graduated high school together.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, shout out to Mrs. Carfault.
Yes.
Class of 89.
Yes.
I was class of 89 too.
See?
So the first girls tennis team here
Yeah,
at Covington.
yeah.
We need to have a reunion. Do you remember who else was on that team?
Well, yeah.
Oh my
Allison
goodness.
Carfault, me, Don Reed.
Oh, we had an Ingle back then, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Allison Ingle.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
But yeah, we need to have a comeback.
Oh my goodness. With Mr. Field.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
And he's coached all of my boys, and my dad's helped
Yeah.
him, so it's cool.
You're kind of used to him by this
Yeah, I
point.
am. Kind of used to him.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
But he will always be Mr. Field. He
Always.
won't- Yeah.
Always.
And Miss Davis will always be Miss Davis.
Oh yeah.
So you can't
No. She doesn't have a first name. It's Miss.
miss.
And see, I know them primarily as Carolyn and Terry.
See?
Well, you
Me
didn't
too.
have them in high school.
Right.
though. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
So it weirds me out when you say that.
I know, it's kind of like, oh, man. Like Mufasa. Ooh.
Right? Where you think the teachers live at the school when you're in
Yes,
elementary. And
I left my name. I was actually trying to play a technology game, like
Oh.
Gim Kit.
Okay.
Where you can do review in
Yeah, yeah,
a fun way. And it has my first name on it. And they were all like,
wait a second.
yes. I said, if you see me outside of school, you can call me that.
Oh, that's funny. Do you have kids hiding from you outside of school? I've had that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they like duck like,
Oh, they'll dodge
Why are you
in,
here?
at the end of an aisle. Yeah,
Yes.
they'll duck out of the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, oh
Here
yeah.
you look like, why aren't you at school?
I think I should take
I
that
don't live here.
personally, right? Go ahead, Sock.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
What would you like your legacy to be at Covington?
Well, this is really important to me. I would like to be that we made learning fun, that we worked hard, that I want the kids to feel loved, accepted, and seen, and I want them to work hard and to have fun and to be happy, like make it positive as we can.
Yeah. Don't worry, be happy.
That's right. It's kind of my theme.
You know, that's a lesson a lot of us don't learn until later in life is that
Right.
let the little stuff slide
Exactly.
and just only worry about the big stuff and
Yep.
you're going to be okay. So,
And I wish we could tell them that, so they would soak it in. But
Is there a way to impart that? That's kind of the thing. It's,
modeling,
it's
we're trying, but
trying to
yeah,
model,
we try.
but sometimes unless you experience it yourself,
Yep.
Last week we had SATs for the juniors.
Yes.
I had to experience that as a parent.
That's the same reaction we had.
But when I was in school, and maybe it was the same for you, SAT was just something you took.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no pressure of
Yeah, no.
you have to get this score, you have to
Right.
pass.
Right.
It was just if you're going to college, you have to take the SAT.
Yeah, just something you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of not that way anymore. There's so
No.
much stress and pressure
sure.
and put
It
down.
makes It frustrates me
Yeah.
to see kids not enjoy school because they feel like they're failing.
Yes, definitely. And that's the part I don't
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I just want them to feel seen and loved and heard. And
Yeah.
I want everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of external stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just hope we can get through that, and I like that answer though.
So can we
Be
modify
happy.
it to don't worry about standardized tests, be happy?
Exactly. We'll write a rewrite.
That's
How's
the
that?
theme. That's the theme for test week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the theme for finals, right?
We started IREAD
Don't
today,
worry.
so we started testing over there today.
lucky
So
you.
Oh man! So you feel our pain.
I do. We just
Oh,
eat lots of
gosh.
jelly beans and have snacks, and
That's all you can do sometimes, isn't it?
that's right.
How long are your testing sessions?
We did 2 sessions today, about 30 minutes each.
Okay.
Probably. So we don't do 2.
Yeah.
We try to space it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to get burnt out on testing. either.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It doesn't.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
That's all you can do sometimes. Eat a lot of sugar and try to hang in there,
A little
right?
extra recess after,
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's new research that says sugar does not cause kids to go crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would refute that by a video from the back seat yesterday as we were waiting in the car. Yeah, I mean, point me to that.
Yeah. I used to never think full moons did either, but now
Oh,
working
yeah.
at
Oh,
a
yeah.
school is
Now
like, no, that's
you know
true.
better,
Like, that
yes.
is like,
There's one next week, I think.
oh,
my
no.
gosh. Yeah,
Okay,
you
I'm
know
gonna be
better.
sick that day.
Spring break.
I'm going to be sick that day.
Pray that it's spring break.
Oh, yes.
Holy moly! Do you have spring break plans?
Yeah.
Before you're ready
my
to
parents are
kick
in
out of here?
Sarasota.
Oh,
So we're going to go down
nice.
there and see my
Yeah,
parents.
Very
and
cool.
Get to the beach a little. you
Heck
know,
yes.
Listen to the waves, relax.
Now, Stock's a big baseball fan, as I am.
Ooh,
Do
where
you
you
guys get down to
going?
spring training ever?
You know what? We just talked about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think the maybe the Atlanta Braves are down there during that time. Sarasota, there's somebody
There's a
right
couple
there.
in like
And I
Clearwater.
think they were going to do
Yeah,
the
Phillies
New
are in
York
Clearwater.
Yankees maybe one day. We were
Ooh.
thinking about going to that.
Check out Carlos.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Maybe we get to do that. So
Hey, that's awesome.
it'd be fun.
Yeah, that would
I'm
be
planning on going to St. Louis and see a friend I haven't seen in about 20 years.
Awesome.
Now, do we need to make any corrections on that?
No, everything
Before we sign
everything's
out.
true. I think we're good.
Okay, good. Very cool, though.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, just a getaway. You need to get away.
Yeah.
And
What are you doing?
You can stop by
You
Micro
didn't
Center. Well, we're looking at going to that new place over in the Lafayette Mall.
Oh, yeah.
So
Heard good
we
things.
haven't checked it out yet, but we're looking at it. We've heard good things as well. So maybe check that out.
That'll be fun.
I'm sure a little excursions.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
When's your
Sometimes
next-
those are the best
Yeah.
ones.
When's your next train trip?
Oh my goodness, that's a great answer. I really don't know. I enjoy going by rail. It's just so expensive now. It's almost expensive as flying.
Don't go through Ohio.
Seriously, Ohio, Detroit, there's a bunch more than just that one. There's been
just-
derailments and stuff like crazy.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're up on your current events, there's like 5 or 6 derailments that have happened in the last couple of weeks. So too many pennies on the track. I don't know. Something's happening, but rail travel, it's awesome and it's a fun experience. If you get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
But it's getting expensive. So it is government subsidized. Amtrak is, but it's still expensive. But a valuable time. So learn about yourself a little bit.
Put yourself on a
But
train.
yeah, some mini excursions. Typically, and I was really excited for some news last week, and I don't know if anybody out there is excited about this as well, but my favorite store anywhere is called Micro Center. There's currently 25 Micro Centers in the United States. I've been to 4 of them. So I've been to 2 in Texas. I've been to the St. Louis one and the Chicago one. They're building one in Indianapolis.
Ooh, that's
so
exciting.
this will be my entire spring break next year.
Yeah.
But typically on spring break, I try to make it out to a Micro Center as well to get
what-
computer parts.
Okay, so it's like a Fry's.
It's Candyland. It's going to replace what Fry's used to be.
Okay.
It's from what I understand, is going into the Gander Mountain store.
Oh, really?
That closed. So big square footage. It's for hobbyists, for tech hobbyists, for enthusiasts. You can build a computer right on the spot.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
It's really, really neat. In stock, it would have been great to have that when you were putting your machine together
I'm still having trouble with my video.
with your video. Did you
Yeah.
upgrade your drivers?
Yes.
Well, I might have to come and look at it then. We don't want to box it up and take it in. Right? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
There's nothing. What Miss Hankins always used to tell you:
Turn it off and turn
turn it off and turn it back on. Yeah,
Unplug it if you need to.
and plug it if you need to. Yes, Tech directions. All right. Getting ready to sign off. You guys want to say anything before we sign off? Stock?
Thank you
Give
so much
blood.
for having me. It was so
hey, thanks
fun.
for coming on.
Yeah,
This is
you're
a
welcome
blast.
anytime.
Awesome.
Anytime you want to come over, and when
right.
Stock's not here, I'm not here. You can co-host.
Bring a friend.
Okay, I will.
Bring a friend. It's a party.
It is a party.
It's a party.
Brings people from the other side of the street.
Oh,
How's
yeah.
that?
Do that.
It makes it sound so nefarious.
The wrong side of
The wrong side of the tracks.
Who's on the wrong side, though? That's the question.
Oh man, with Railroad Street right there, you could say
You
wrong
could.
side of the
Yeah.
tracks if it was the other way. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks.
You are.
I'm from the right side.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Stock, anything you want to impart wisdom upon us with before we head out?
Don't fear failure. Learn from it and grow.
Yeah.
There, how's that?
That was profound.
That was deep.
Stock, I wasn't
Good job.
expecting to be so profound on that.
Neither was I.
You
Oh my
deserve a nap
goodness.
now.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
deep.
Yeah.
an
Can I
apple,
go?
an apple a day. Yes, it is time for you to go. That's what we're kicking out here. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the Bagman Podcast. This has been episode 20. Thanks to Mrs. Snyder for being
Hey,
on.
thank you.
What a great time.
It was a blast.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
I will.
Right?
After
Telephone,
I go
tell
to
a friend.
McDonald's and get some books.
Oh, hey,
Yep.
we learned that you can do that as well.
Exactly.
The more you know, right? With the star. We need that graphic. But this is us signing off. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.